Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending this webinar on trading with chaos theory and an introduction to the Payback Pal plan. My name is Eric Long, and I'm the CEO of QuantTrade LLC. Before we begin, I would like to ask you to wait until after the presentation before we address any questions. We will end the webinar with a Q&A session that will give all of you a chance to ask me questions about what we cover today. This will help us to keep the webinar moving smoothly and not dragging along. I would also like to remind all of you that attend here today to download your free ebook and a PDF summary of this presentation. Both will help to answer questions that may come to mind later, or also help you to think of new ones that you may want to ask us down the road. So I encourage you to obtain your copy today. Before we begin, I'd like to show you this disclaimer. Our friends at the NFA and CFTC require that we post a disclaimer about trading, and this essentially reads that there is an inherent risk in trading, and also that past performance is no guarantee of future performance. For those that don't know, I'd like to give you a brief introduction to QuantTrade, who we are and what we do. QuantTrade is a trading technology and money management firm located in the Chicago Financial District, right downtown. We were formed in 2007 and have worked with all sorts of different clients. Some of the projects that we have been involved in have included the design of a trading platform for a billion-dollar energy firm, statistical arbitrage projects for several large hedge funds, high-frequency trading hardware and infrastructure design, and the creation of a commodity trading pool. Our specialty is in the area of algorithmic trading, particularly in the fields of chaos theory and fractal statistics. Today we are going to talk about one of our favorite technical trading tools and strategies. We call it Chaos Complete, which also includes the Chaos Barometer. What we'll cover today. This is an overview of the presentation for today. We will discuss Chaos Complete and the Chaos Barometer, how we provide it to our customers, including integration with existing platforms, the support and consulting that we provide for Chaos Complete, and how it fits in with the Payback Pal plan. As we explore the details of Payback Pal, an overview of how to participate will be covered, including minimum requirements and a summary. About 2/3 into the presentation, I will show you a strategy that we run for our clients using the Chaos Barometer. I will also pull up some performance reports going back several years. So on that note, let's go ahead here and get started. All right, the software itself. What is it and what does it do? The software that QuantTrade has developed is truly unique in the trading world. Not only does it use some novel techniques that are nonlinear in nature, it also makes them practical, which of course is important for real life trading. We have had great experiences with the Chaos Barometer, and so have our clients. And the beauty of this technology is that it can be used on almost any time frame and with various types of strategies. We have some clients that are using it to point and click trade over the course of days, and also others that are algo traders that have built very short-term trading systems. The Chaos Barometer is easy to use across any number of markets, which also makes it conducive to building portfolios, and ease and use of accuracy really make it a game changer for traders. Let's talk a little bit about what makes the Chaos Barometer tick, and while this is not intended to be a technical presentation, I imagine that many of you would like to know a little about the springs and gears of the barometer. Well, like most of our software and trading methodologies that we have incorporated in the past, chaos theory and fractals fit into the design of the Chaos Barometer. This is because markets are made up of a collective exchange between human and now robotic participants, which makes the trading markets a nonlinear system. With traditional trading tools that use standard statistics, which you may be familiar with, the trader is really at a disadvantage. And this is due in large part to the fact that volatility shocks are not measured properly by standard statistics. And also, markets do not follow random walks, which is generally the convention behind most of these standard random Gaussian statistic approaches. What we really need here is a collection of tools that are designed to look for a hidden order and subtle repeating patterns in a chaotic system. Fractals and chaos theory are the most appropriate types of tools at this time for that type of measurement. So this is why we use them at QuantTrade, and this is why we use them in our trading tools. To give you some mental imagery that may drive home this concept, think about a straight edge ruler, and now think about using that straight edge ruler to measure the lengths and curves of a sea wave. Unless there was nothing else to use, I imagine that most of you would not use a ruler if you could use another tool that would be more accurate for this type of measurement. Well, this is the same type of principle that occurs with the trading markets. So with the Chaos Barometer and Chaos Complete, we are no longer restricted to using the equivalent of the straight edge ruler. Another example of why we use fractal analysis and chaos theory in our trading and trading tools is based on two different types of market theories or market hypotheses. And to examine these further, let's take a look at both of them. The first one is an older theory, the efficient market hypothesis, and it's generally accepted as incorrect. And the other theory is more modern, and it's been proven correct by many researchers, including the mathematician Mandelbrot and many other researchers and traders. The older theory, the efficient market hypothesis, is concerned with normally distributed prices, and according to this theory, price distributions are purely random, and there are no hidden patterns to measure. The proponents of this theory believe that all public information is already reflected in market prices, and then once that information's been disseminated, all the prices will move randomly. They also believe that long-term prices exhibit no memory. So now, I don't know about you personally, but I believe that anyone that's been trading for any substantial length of time, and this is also my experience, know that this is hardly the case in the real world of trading. What most experienced traders tend to agree on is that the second market hypothesis, called fractal market hypothesis, is correct. Now, they may not even realize that they're agreeing with this theory, but the concepts that they hold true actually match up well with it. This concept proposes that there are existing price levels and attractors in the marketplace, and that similar price patterns can be found across different time frames. It also proposes that forecasts decrease in reliability over time. There are points of criticality in the marketplace that are associated with erratic market activity, and also that markets exhibit trends. Now, if you're going to base a trading comparison between these two different hypotheses, I think you can understand why we tend to focus on the fractal market hypothesis and why we use it to develop our trading tools. All right, what is this strange picture here? This picture is a fractal attractor, or strange attractor as it's often called. Now, fractals are useful for identifying price attractors in the market. Price attractors are natural levels that market prices are attracted to for whatever reason. We don't need to know what the reason is. We just need to know that there's an attraction to a certain price range. Once we know what that price range is, then we can go ahead and act on it in our live trading. An interesting part about this is that these different price ranges or levels actually have a global range, and within that range there may be some element of randomness in it. But the interesting part about this is that it really doesn't matter to us. We don't need to know the exact price that the market is moving towards, as long as we can calculate a range. So in this fashion, error actually works for us. But once the price range is determined, we can use these ranges or these levels for future forecasting. So the Chaos Barometer uses fractal attractors in its design for identifying areas that are likely to attract price once certain other areas have been breached. Now, this collection of 4 screenshots here is interesting, and it actually is taken from our QuantTrader platform, and it's a great example of how attractors can be identified and even visually displayed. What you see here are the actual visual representations of the hidden states in the price activity of IBM stock. So after several iterations, what we were able to do here is identify the likely ranges for the stock to move within. The Chaos Barometer does all of this for you without any outside necessary analysis, and it really combines the information or the analysis tools into one number so that you don't need to try to filter through various different types of mathematical scopes to find these ranges. Okay, so at this point, I don't think this is a big surprise, this slide here. The solution is the Chaos Barometer. Well, with the Chaos Barometer, we can go ahead and not only find these different attractors, but we can determine whether or not trends are beginning to form, and we can start to act on them. So with that in mind, let's see here. We have a simple solution for improving our trading, creating a robust trading system. And what you see here is the two of the Chaos Barometer indicators. And they're being displayed on the chart here. And the general concept of what you're looking at is that as the indicator approaches zero, you can see here that we have two different indicators. One is the Chaos Barometer excess, and then one is the Chaos Barometer trend. And as we approach zero, what that is telling us is that we are beginning to enter into a trend. So with that general concept, not only can we identify if there is a prevailing trend, but we can also measure or not if the trend is increasing, where it is. The direction can be determined by the color of this second indicator above it. And with the two instruments, it's possible, if there is a trend, to measure the strength of it and which direction it's moving toward. So, I mean, really, from just with a couple of visual tools here, you can analyze this marketplace and get an extremely good idea of which direction price is moving. All right, at this juncture, let's go ahead and take a break from the slideshow and move on to an actual trading chart and look at some systems. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this for now and pull up a chart. The chart that we have here is a chart on multi-charts, the platform multi-charts. I just happen to use this quite frequently. We're not limited to multi-charts with the Chaos Barometer or Chaos Complete. It works with a number of different platforms, and also we can even customize it for various solutions. But what I want to show you here is that we have a system that I designed with the Chaos Barometer, and it actually is automated. It gives precise entry signals, precise exit signals, and we can take a look at the performance of this. First, let's look at how I generate or control the different risk parameters. Now, I have a series of inputs. All these inputs are based on, for the most part, risk parameters that I found were, from my standpoint, important, including timers for when the system turns on and off. And then what I did is went ahead and ran this so that it generates these entry and exit signals. Let's take a look at the performance here. Okay. First, let's look at the equity curve. I'll give you a good idea. All right, here's the equity curve of this particular system. Now, this is using the Chaos Barometer with trailing stops, and what you see here is a very accurate system. It's taking very low risk. If you look at the overall performance summary, we're getting a good return. The account size required is extremely low. This is per contract, 1778.50. And the drawdowns are low. You can see here that the commissions are factored in. And what we have is a really good operating trading system. Here's a good look at the total trade analysis. We're getting over 70% accuracy on the trades. Our largest winning trade is 692. Our largest losing trade is 483. And then in this case, we have average winning trade of 107, average losing trade of 226. All right, let's go on and take a look at one of the other ones here. Now this one is almost exactly the same as the other one I just showed you. The difference is that we're not using any trailing stops. We're hunting for the big trades. This is the big game hunter one. We want the big elephant on this particular trade. So if we take a look at the strategy performance, pull up the equity curve, close to close. Now we see an outstanding equity curve. This is one of my favorite systems of the three. I would say it is my favorite, although they're all good, but I happen to like it. It's exciting. And we're getting big trade winners. Now, when we look at the total analysis, the percent profitable, the accuracy is not as high, but that's because of the fact that we are looking for those big winners. So we're in the market longer. We're taking more risk per trade, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. If you look at our average winning trade here, we're at 292.78, and our average losing trade is 202. Largest winning trade is 1,142. Largest losing trade is 483. And we're getting, it's not trading as frequently as the other one. I don't know if you noticed that, but we're getting some really good results, and that's what's important here. If we look at the next collection of trading parameters or trading system, you can see here that we're using trailing stops again. This is trading in a fairly frequent fashion, and it also gives us good results. You could say that this is sort of the in between the other two in terms of, we look at the percent profitable, the amount of trades that we're getting. Our largest winning trade here is 804.50. Our largest losing trade is 370.50. Average winning trades 177.26. Average losing trades 226.79. So they're pretty close. It's more of a one-to-one ratio there. And we look at the equity curve. This is another nice, very nice equity curve. We're not taking a whole lot of drawdown action here. Let's see. If we look at our strategy performance overall, we have an account size required of 2,500, maximum strategy drawdown at any given time. That's including open trades, 2646. And we're getting we're getting a good annual rate of return, 286.49%. Now that's not as high as the other one, if I recall correctly, but it's still, I'll take it any day. Let's see, here we're looking at this particular one, the big game hunter one. We're looking at a return of 366.8% annual rate of return. And then this other one here, which is more conservative, let's take a look at that. We have annual rate of return of 328.1%. So by combining all three of these into one, call it system portfolio, we mitigated a little bit of the risk because of the different way that each one of these trades, even though they're using roughly the same inputs for the Chaos Barometer. Anyway, my purpose in showing you this was not so much to say, okay, well, this is the system that you should be using, or these are the parameters you should be using, or this is how you should set up your risk management. My purpose in showing you this is I want you to be able to see that you can take the Chaos Barometer, interface it with different types of risk management tools, and create a variety of systems with different types of objectives. And that's exactly what I did here. And this is only using one market. You can imagine if we have even just 4 different markets up here that we're going to have, let's call it 3 for each one of those markets, we effectively are running 12 different systems on 4 markets. Going back to the presentation here, we come to this slide. What is the Chaos Barometer? All right, so what is the Chaos Barometer? We already discussed the idea of fractal analysis, chaos theory, why we use it. But the Chaos Barometer itself, we should define it so that you have an idea of what it is that we're doing. It's different. In a nutshell, it's a completely new type of technical indicator. It directly measures chaos in a given market state. It uses a combination of various mathematical analysis tools, including the Lipinoff exponent, and also a balance of empiric fractal dimensions that are associated with the price oscillations of any given market that we're running it on. What this does is it allows us to identify the attractors in phase space of that marketplace. So remember the fractal attractors that I showed you earlier? Well, what this is doing is it's making those calculations. It's not visually showing it to you, but you don't really need to see that. It's combining it with the other tools that it has available, and it's letting you know whether or not the market's random, whether it's moving into a trend. I mean, there are going to be times where the market is just acting in some sort of a weird, erratic, random state, and it's probably not a good time to be trading it. And that's what this tool is doing for you. And then if you combine that with risk management and systems trading, then you have an automated system to allow you to take advantage of these market trends. All right, this slide here, what this is it's just another equity curve that was generated using the Chaos Barometer. The key difference here is that it's strictly the Chaos Barometer itself, and the Chaos Barometer uses two different input parameters. That's it. So what you're looking at here is a system, if you want to call it that was made with a combination of two parameters. And the interesting thing about this is that the way that the Chaos Barometer is designed is that even if you were trying to curve fit it, it doesn't want to be curve fit because of the way that it's analyzing the data set. That being said, it's perfect for system traders and system designers. And well, it's perfect for any trader really, but I mean particularly people that are putting systems together because they're generally relying on equity curves to determine whether or not their risk parameters have been combined in a way that allows for a good system. So that being said, again, the Chaos Barometer and the way that it's designed lends itself to designing trading systems, automated trading systems. Chaos Barometer scalability. In many cases, I found that system designers are very concerned, and also investors that invest in trading systems or in money management programs that utilize algorithmic trading systems. A big concern is how scalable is it? In other words, does it become diluted if there are too many traders or if there's too many contracts involved? Well, we don't have to worry about that with the Chaos Barometer. In terms of the scalability, it's highly scalable. It's scalable horizontal across different products being different markets. It's scalable from a vertical standpoint, which means that you can have a large number of contracts per market, and it's not going to affect it from that standpoint. I mean, you can even run these, say, let's say you're running it with market orders and you're adding on contracts. It's going to make adjustments based on the way that the price is changing, even if it's changing based on its own entries. So that makes it an extremely scalable product, indicator. And from that point of view, it allows you to have more trading opportunities. It also mitigates market impact. So that's one more unique feature for the Chaos Barometer. Chaos Complete. We call it the complete solution. Now what the Chaos Complete is it's a package that we offer, and it's a turnkey trading solution. It includes the Chaos Barometer, access to our live trading room events, and those are particularly geared towards licensed owners of Chaos Complete and the Chaos Barometer. We offer full support and also a trading system template that gives you the ability to start building a trading system right out of the gate. And currently the Chaos Complete solution is available for multi-charts, TradeStation, NinjaTrader, MetaTrader, and Bloomberg. We can also build a version for custom applications upon request. If that's something that you need, just let us know, and we're certainly willing to have a consultation with you, and we'll figure out how to integrate it into whatever platform you need it integrated into. And also, if you buy a lifetime license, you have the ability to participate in the Payback Pal plan. And the Payback Pal plan is unique, and I'm really excited about telling you about it, and we're going to move right into that next. Okay, so Payback Pal. What is this Payback Pal? What it does is it allows you to operate as a partner of QuantTrade. What you do is, let's say you buy a lifetime license to Chaos Complete. Well, we're going to take half of that license fee, and we're going to put it towards one trading contract. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that money into a pool, and once we've reached a certain threshold in that pool, then we're going to start trading. And every quarter, we're going to monitor how our performance is doing. And this is going to be, we're going to be trading the same markets in the same way that we're trading and that we're trading for our managed clients. And at the end of that quarter, we're going to share 50% of the profits with you. So this is a great way for you to finance the purchase of a Chaos Complete lifetime license, and also to gauge your own strategies against what we're doing. So let's say that you're doing something that is unique that you want to build, but maybe it's not performing as well as what we're doing. Then you might want to contact us and ask us if there's something that if we can offer some suggestions on how to improve it. And by the same token, if you're doing better than we are, then that's great. We might contact you and ask you. So you can see that it works well for everybody. So just to go over this one more time, as far as this diagram shows you, the circle here is you, and then what you do is you purchase a lifetime license to Chaos Complete. We deliver the Chaos Complete package to you. So now you have the software. You can build your own strategies, trade it however you want. Once we have this license, what we're going to do is split it in half. We're going to take this half and put it into a pool. And once we breach $25,000 in terms of pooled funds, then we begin trading. So the idea here is that after 1 quarter of trading, 50% of the profits now are returned to you, and this process continues until 1 year period of time. Fairly straightforward. The Chaos Complete package includes several different items. You get the Chaos Barometer indicators. You have full back testing and market scanner ability with the indicators. You have access to our online interactive trading room, which is, as I mentioned earlier, geared specifically for our licensed participants. And also, as we develop different types of documents, or also different types of modifications, upgrades, however you want to call it, you're going to receive those, and that's going to continue. And those, of course, are not going to be any type of an additional charge. Again, you can see that the different platforms that we have available right now for Chaos Complete are multi-charts, TradeStation, NinjaTrader, MetaTrader, and Bloomberg. If you buy a lifetime license, you're able to participate in the Payback Pal plan. You don't have to, but I don't know why anybody would not want to. And if you're not interested in a lifetime license, you also have the ability to obtain it monthly, which is, as you can see, that's $299 per month. However, you're not able to participate in Payback Pal for what I think are obvious reasons here. So from that standpoint, that concludes the presentation. What I'd like to do now is move on to the Q&A session and see if we can't answer some of the questions that I see have been accumulating here while I've been going through the presentation. We have a few already listed. Okay, the first question I see here is this fully automated? And as I mentioned earlier, it's fully automated if you want it to be. You don't have to use it in an automated fashion. That's the way that we like to use it, but you're certainly able to point and click trade with it if you want to, or any other type of manual trading. Okay, what is the threshold for payback, pal, again? The threshold is it's $25,000. So what that means is that we're going to be putting, as people are purchasing a license, lifetime license, and we're taking half of that and we're putting it into this, think of it as a pool. Once we reach $25,000 or above, then we're going to start trading. And what happens after that is we reset everything. So if that makes any sense, what the concept behind it is that we don't want people to be waiting too long to start trading or participating in the program. Another question I have here is, will I be able to trade my own way with Chaos Complete? Yes, you can trade it any way you want. You're not restricted. You do not have to. It's not designed to where you have to follow certain settings or parameters that we prepare for you. You can also, well, we can provide you with instructions as well on how to call the different indicator functions if you're oriented towards programming your own system, and it's very easy to do that. All right, how do I get it? Well, yeah, that's an obvious question, right? So to get it, what you have to do is just go ahead and look at the PDF that I asked you to pick up. And if you go ahead and download that, there's a section on there that has all of the different links that allow you to obtain information on obtaining it. Also, if you want to go ahead and just send us an email, we'll be more than willing to help you. We'll have one of our reps give you a ring. You can use info@quant-trade.com. You can go to our website at fractalfinance.com and just click on the Chaos Complete page. And there's a number of different links and instructions on how to obtain it. Also, you're certainly welcome to give us a call at 872-225-2110, extension 3. And we welcome phone calls from anyone that's interested in what we're doing, or if they're already clients and they have some ideas. So that's definitely an option as well. Okay, here's another question. Chaos theory has been around since the 90s for trading. What makes this different than other fractal indicators? Yeah, I didn't really go into a lot of technical detail on that, but I pointed out earlier that we're using the fractal attractors. We're also using a few other different types of mathematical approaches to identify these ranges. So it's really quite unique, and it's different from, say, the Hurst equation and some of the other fractal measurement tools that were used back in the late 90s and early 2000s. And I'm very familiar with them because I was using them and working with them myself. But this is very different. If you're interested in a PDF that really drills down deep into a lot of the technology and details, just let me know, and I'll go ahead and I'll get that off to you. And okay, yeah, sure. Thanks for the email. And I'll go ahead and I'll get that off to you as soon as we finish up with the presentation. Okay, another question. How much is the lifetime license again? The lifetime license is $3,600, and that's again, that's lifetime. So it's not there's no other charge after that. I mean, once you're in for life, you're in for life. Okay, if I want to invest more money, is there a way to do that? Yes, there is. We have a program called Chaos Cruncher, which is a management program, and what that allows you to do is invest as much money as you want, really, with one of our affiliated futures brokers, and then we have a arrangement with you where we act as a power of attorney, or they call it a letter of direction, and we trade your account using our settings and our system. So that's another way you can participate if you like. If you're interested in doing that, just contact me directly, and I'll let you. I can fill you in with more information. Another question here is, will I receive updates? Yes, as I mentioned earlier, any updates that come out, any new developments that are related directly to Chaos Barometer or Chaos Complete will be, not only will we inform you of it, but we will do our best to make sure that you know about it and follow through on the updates. Another question here is, when are profits paid out again? They are paid out every quarter. So think about it this way, if you have, once the $25,000 is reached, every quarter following that period of time, we'll start trading, and then every quarter after that is when we do the analysis, see where we're at. So if we have a new net high equity, we're making profits, then we'll take that profit amount, we'll split it based on one contract for each license, each lifetime license. And the reason why we are doing it at that level is because we could have a higher level, say, but then if someone gets in early, they're going to have to wait until, let's say it was $250,000. They would have to wait until we reach that $250,000 level before we start trading. So this way, it allows the person that gets in to be trading at an earlier date, and then it resets from zero. So the next group of people that come in will start at zero, and it'll build up again in $25,000 increments. And then again, that continues from what I pointed out earlier. That's the payouts will continue for a year, assuming that, of course, we have net profits, which is the whole idea here. All right, and then if I want to try it for a month first, can I do that? Yes, of course. You can try it for a month, and then if you decide you want to, say you can try it for 6 months on a monthly basis if you want. And then if you decide that you want to switch over to the lifetime license, you can do that. The only thing is that with the monthly, we're not going to be able to do the payback pal. Okay. Looks like I've answered all of the questions that I see here right now. If you have any other questions, why don't you put them out there for me? Let's give it about another 10 seconds or so. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'll conclude the presentation here today, and just I'd like to thank you all for showing up. And again, let me go back to the last page so you can, if you haven't already obtained the contact information, you can see it. So if you need to reach us for any reason, or you have any questions, please do not feel shy, and we welcome calls and we welcome questions, and we love to talk the markets, and we love to talk fractals. So feel free to give us a ring at 872-225-2110, or shoot us an email at info@quant-trade.com. And on that note, it looks like there are no more questions. I am going to end the presentation, and I thank you all for taking the time to come in. I hope that you enjoyed yourself and you learned a few things, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.